You ever wonder why some webinars just kind of leave your head buzzing with ideas and make you so you're ready to take on the world, right? And meanwhile, there are other webinars, you and I have all been at them, where let's just say they're the perfect cure for insomnia. Well, today on the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast, we're going to be cracking the code of the former. And we're going to be talking about making a webinar that's not just good, but irresistibly engaging. What's the secret sauce that turns a listener into a loyal customer? Look, if you've ever hosted a webinar, or maybe you're just planning on it here in the near future, you can't afford to miss this. I want you to stay with us as we reveal the 6 not-so-secret secrets to turning your webinars into sales-generating machines. This isn't about getting it right. It's about revolutionizing the way that you connect with your audience. You ready to transform your approach and see some real results? Then let's dive in.
Hey there, audacious parents. Welcome to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast, where we're not just about surviving, we're about thriving. If you're tuning in, you're not looking for just another feel-good, pat-on-the-back kind of show. No. You're here because you're ready to disrupt the status quo. You're ready because you're here to challenge your limits and to step out of the comfort zone where we know growth never happens. This is not just your average, let's all be happy with our 9-to-5 lives kind of podcast. We're here to give you actionable strategies. We're here to dive deep into the world of side hustles, digital marketing, and smart income-boosting tactics. Why, you may ask? Because we're designed for parents like you, parents juggling family expenses, childcare, and the elusive me time. We're not just about making money, though. We're about designing a life that you dictate, not one that's been prepackaged in a soul-sucking 9-to-5 box. So, if you're ready to break free and design a life that aligns with your dreams, design a life that aligns with your family, you're in the right place. The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
What is up? What is up? What the heck is up, my Dark Horse parents and entrepreneurs? Welcome back to another episode of the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast, your beacon in this bustling world of digital marketing and online sales. I'm your humble host, Tracy Brinkman. And today, like I said, we're embarking on an insightful journey into the heart of effective webinars. Now, webinars, as many of you may know, and some of you are about to learn, have become a cornerstone in the realm of digital marketing. Some say they're used too much. I say there's still an opportunity there because they're not just tools for engagement. No. They're powerful conduits for sales, brand building, and establishing thought leadership. You see, in a world where digital is king, webinars offer a unique opportunity to connect deeply with your audience, no matter where they are on this big, beautiful, blue spinning globe on which we live. But here's the catch. Not all webinars are created equal. I'm sorry, I'm just going to call it like I see them, right? Some captivate, some convert, while others, just kind of fall flat on their face. So here's the question. What separates the winners from the rest? Well, that's exactly what we're unpacking today. I've distilled it down to 6 crucial elements that can transform your webinars from mere presentations to kick-ass sales powerhouses. Whether you're a seasoned webinar host or maybe you're just gearing up for your first one, there's something in this episode each and every one of you can glean, okay? Because we're not just talking theory here. No. I'm going to be diving into actionable strategies that you can implement right now, as soon as you're done listening. So here's what you're going to do. I want you to grab your notepad and let's get ready to turn your next webinar into an unforgettable experience that not only educates, but also sells. You ready to unlock the full potential of your webinars? Yeah, I know you are, right? That's why you're still tuned in here 3 or so minutes in. Let's get stuck right in, shall we? All right, let's start right at the heart of the first secret. Maybe it's not a secret. I'll call these the not-so-secret secrets. But let's get stuck right into the heart of the very first one, shall we? Knowing your audience. Yeah, I know you've heard that so many times, but let's be honest. It is the cornerstone of any successful campaign and any successful webinar. You see, understanding your audience's needs, understanding your audience's preferences, and yes, even their deepest, darkest pain points. Shh, don't tell anybody. That's what sets a phenomenal webinar apart from a totally forgettable one. Think of it this way. Your audience, they're on a journey, and you, my friend, are their guide. But how can you guide them if you don't know where they've been? Yeah, what they're struggling with, or where the hell they want to go. It's like trying to navigate a maze blindfolded while the walls keep moving. Kind of impossible, right? Yeah. Let me share a quick story here. I remember hosting a webinar, God, this was a few years ago, hosting a webinar aimed at helping entrepreneurs boost their online sales. I went into this webinar assuming that all the folks that were going to be attending this webinar were tech savvy, so I jumped straight into the advanced tactics. About halfway through, I was reminded, I was almost slapped in the face and realized mistake. And how was I slapped in my face, you might say? Well, the chat was flooded with questions about the basics. Yeah, while I had walked a mile in their shoes, it was so long ago that I forgot it, and it showed. That day, my friends, I learned a very valuable lesson. And that lesson is, speak as one of them. So then you can lead them into action. Look, if you can't walk in their shoes, you certainly can't guide their steps. So, how do you get to know your audience? Well, that's a great question, Tracy. Thank you for asking. It all starts with a little bit of research. Yeah, I want you to dive into their world. I want you to get in there and join their forums, go to their Reddits, read their posts, and understand their daily challenges. Now, this is assuming that you haven't just lived it yesterday. Many of you probably just lived it yesterday. I lived my parental entrepreneurship a little while back. And I have to remind myself every once in a while, what was it like back then? You see, then when you do that, you craft your webinar content with this knowledge. Yeah, that helps it resonate. You're not just another voice. You become the voice that they have been waiting to hear. And remember, here we go, let's not forget this. The better you know them, the better you can tailor your message to inspire them and engage them, and of course, motivate them into action. After all, a webinar isn't just about sharing information. They can get that anywhere. You don't want to blah, 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 blah. No, they don't want you to just share information. It's about creating a connection that leads to a transformation that they want.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Now, I want you to keep in mind, knowing your audience is just the first step in the journey that leads to not just effective communication, but also creating a lasting impact and, of course, some sales. That's what we're all here for, right? Let's be honest. There's nothing wrong with getting sales. That's why you started your business, whatever it might be, or that's why you're about to start your business. But let's build on the foundation of knowing your audience, and let's navigate now to the second not so secret, and that's choosing the right topic. Yeah, selecting a topic for your webinar. Well, let's just say it's not about picking what's hot or what's trending. We're not talking TikTok here, right? It's about aligning your objectives and resonating with your audience's goals. You see why needing to know them kind of becomes a little bit important? Yeah. Here's a great way to put it. I want you to imagine your webinar topic as a bridge. On one side, yep, there's your audience right there, with their aspirations, their challenges, their goals, their dreams, their desires. On the other side, that's the destination. That's your objectives. Now, whether those objectives of yours are educating them, generating leads, or maybe even introducing them to a new product, the topic you choose is the bridge that connects both those sides together. Yeah? Let me give you an example. Let's say your objective is to sell a course on social media marketing. Choosing a topic like the latest social media trends, it could be appealing. It might capture a little attention, but it's a bit too broad, right? And it's possibly a bit irrelevant to your specific course that you're trying to get them to buy. Instead, let's look at a topic like 5 proven strategies for increasing engagement on social media. Aha, see? That directly leads to your course's value proposition. Yeah. Remember, my friends, your topic isn't just a subject. It's that bridge connecting your audience with their goals to your goals. You get me? All right. So, how do you ensure your topic hits the mark? Well, I think it starts with a little bit of clarity. Yeah. Being crystal clear on what your audience will gain from attending your webinar, from sitting there for 30, 40, 2 hours, whatever it might be. The clarity not only helps in perhaps topic selection, but it also guides you in the content creation process. It helps you make sure that everything you discuss in that webinar is relevant as well as impactful. I want you to remember this. The right topic is not just a conversation starter. No. This right topic is going to be your catalyst for them to take action. It's that magical moment that turns interest into engagement and engagement into sales. Yeah, click. That's what we want. We want those clicks, right? Now, you've chosen the perfect topic. It's time to breathe some life into it. And that's where our third not-so-secret comes into play here. Crafting a compelling presentation. This is where your webinar transforms from a mere speech into an unforgettable experience. Yeah, I want you to think of your presentation much like a canvas. And your words, those are the brushes at your disposal. Your visuals, those are the colors. Together, working them all one at a time or in unison, you're going to create a masterpiece that captivates your audience. You're going to start by structuring your content in a way that flows naturally, creating this overarching story. Each point should build on the previous one, leading your audience along the path that you want them to take on their journey. But let's remember, a good story isn't just about the words. Sometimes it's how you deliver them. Sometimes you want to be quiet to make them ponder. Other times you just want to get them pumped up and ready to go. So use your words appropriately. Use images, use graphics, and videos, but not just as embellishments. No, use them as integral parts of your narrative. Don't rely on them. Be able to tell your story without them, but use them to enhance the narrative. They should reinforce your message, making more complex ideas far easier to digest and also far easier to remember. Here's the thing. Engagement is key. So while you're talking, while you're sharing the stories and the images and the videos, ask questions, share anecdotes, and encourage interaction. We've all been there. Drop a 1 down in the comment. That's what they're doing. They're keeping you engaged. They're keeping your mind going. You need to do the same for your audience. Make your audience feel like active participants, not just passive listeners. Remember, here's the thing. The more engaged they are, the more likely they are to connect with your content and by extension, your product or your service. You with me? And here's a golden rule. Always, and I mean always, provide so much value. Immense value. Give them content so rich, so insightful that it leaves them thinking, if this is free, I wonder what waits on the other side of the paywall. That's how you create not just interest, but genuine desire to learn more, to engage further. Keep in mind, though, let's be honest, keep in mind, though, that a compelling presentation is more than just blurting out information. You're not just a talking head. It's a bit of an art form, It's like creating this experience that's not only educational, but it's also emotionally resonant. That's where that real walking in their shoes comes in handy, because you've been there and you remember the trials and the tribulations and what it took to fight your way through it all to get where you are right now. Okay? Ooh, I'm getting pumped up here. So now let's get back on task. As we journey further into the not-so-secret secrets of successful webinars, we're going to arrive at a crucial turning point, and that is focusing on benefits, not features. I got to repeat that. Focus on benefits, not features. Look, I get it. It's easy to get caught up in the specs of what it is that you're offering. You've created it. You probably built it yourself. You know it in and out. But what truly resonates with your audience is not the specs, but how it's going to transform their lives, their business, their confidence, whatever it is you're serving them. I want you to think about it for a second. Let's go back to, I'm a DIY guy. When I go to buy a drill, am I excited about buying the drill? Well, that might be a bad example. I am actually pretty excited about buying something I could drill. But the real thing that I'm excited about is the holes that it can make. And really, what I'm really excited about, what it is those holes will enable me to do. What they're going to enable me to build. What they're going to be able me to hang. Maybe the amazing art one of my daughters has created, or my granddaughter.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
See, is it the drill I'm excited about, or is it the holes? It's the latter, right? That, my friends, is the difference between features and benefits. Features, those are the tools. That's the drill. Benefits are the accomplishments those tools, those drills, can help you reach. The holes, the picture being hung, smiling and showing it off to everyone that comes by and visits your home. You feel me? Yeah, it's not the drill, it's the gazebo you get to build with the drill. Yeah, so that means your job in the webinar is to paint this vivid before and after picture. Show your audience not just what your product or service does, but how it's going to change and revolutionize their world, transform their world. For instance, don't just say your course teaches social media marketing, right? No. Say it transforms them into a sought-after social media wizard who can skyrocket any brand's online presence. You see the difference? Yeah. You paint that before and after picture so vividly that it shows a life transformation with your solution. Yeah, see? When you shift the focus from the features to the benefits, you're no longer selling a product. No, you're offering them a pathway to a better version of their life, a better version of their business, a better version of their family. Again, whatever it is you're offering, this shift in perspective is what makes your offer completely irresistible. Yeah, remember, your audience is looking for a hero to solve their challenges. And your webinar is the spotlight that reveals that hero. Yeah, that's your product. That's your service. It reveals your product or your service in the context of those hero benefits, not those features. Okay, you with me? Okay, let's move along here. Moving along our webinar success path, we've arrived at another pivotal point. Creating a clear call to action, also called a CTA. All right. So whenever you hear someone saying, what's your CTA? That's what they're asking you. What's your call to action? Now, this isn't just the end of your presentation. It's that moment of truth where your audience is going to decide to act or walk away. Some of them will just say, leave webinar. You know what I'm talking about? You've done it yourself. I know you've done it. Not at my webinars. Okay. Anyway, here's the thing. A powerful CTA, it's like this beacon, and it's guiding your audience towards the action that you want them to take. And at the end of the day, that they want to take too. But it's not just a directive. Think of it as this golden key unlocking the value that you promised at the beginning, in the middle, and maybe just a few minutes ago, but you've promised it throughout your webinar. Your CTA isn't just a directive. It's the golden key unlocking the value you promised. Your CTA, my friends, it's going to have to be clear. It's going to have to be concise, and it damn well better be compelling. I want you to avoid any vague, mushy language. Let me give you an example. Instead of saying something like, learn more, I want you to say, click here to start your journey to become a social media marketing expert. You see the difference? You hear the difference for those just listening? The second one is not only specific, but it also ties directly back to the benefits that you just got finished discussing with your customers or potential clients earlier. Remember, your audience might need a little push, a little nudge in the right direction. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to make it ultra easy for them to take the action you want them to take. I want you to provide them links. And if you're on the webinar, make sure you drop it down in the chat so they can just click on it, show it up on the screen. So if they want to type it themselves, they can do that. Provide phone numbers or give them the direct instructions on how they can move forward with you. I want you to remove any obstacles that might stand between you and them saying yes to you right then. Make it just so easy. All you got to do is click this link, fill in, blah, 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 and boom. And here's a bonus tip for you. It just popped into my head. When they click that link and have to fill something out, like their credit card information, make sure it's as little information as possible. Each additional box you make them fill in on that first screen, you're going to lose folks. If you say, Tracy, but I need to get their name, their address, I got to send them stuff, put that on the next screen. Get them to sign up first, right away. Boom. Now type it in there. Boom. Thank you for signing up. Here's the additional information I'm going to need to make sure you get your package, to make sure your stuff is delivered, right? Get the rest of the information on page 2. Okay. Now, I think the last little note here I want to make sure that you keep in mind about your call to action is that your call to action is where your webinar's promise meets reality. Promise meets reality. Promise? Hello? Reality? Yeah, okay. It's where potential turns into action. And my friends, action turns into results, and those results turn into money in the bank. Okay? And the results for your client as well. So, as we continue our journey through the not-so-secret secrets of a successful webinar, we arrive at one of the not-so-secret secrets that I find pretty close to my heart. The power of social proof. This, my friends, is where your product or service transitions from being your opinion or anyone else's opinion to a proven solution. Yeah, you see, by incorporating testimonials and success stories into your webinar, you're not just adding fluff. It's about injecting life, giving it a heartbeat, hearing it breathe, and injecting authenticity into your product. People relate to stories. That's why I try to add them in here whenever I can. They especially relate to real individuals who have experienced real results. So it's these stories that transform your audience skepticism into a little bit of trust. All right? Real stories, my friends, aren't just proof. They're literally the heartbeat of your product's credibility. And having said that, I want to remind you, when you share these stories, I want you to focus on specifics, much like the call to action earlier. Don't share a story like, John increased his sales. Great. Wow. You feel me? It gets kind of falls flat.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Now, let's turn that into, John was a small business owner struggling with his online marketing. But after applying our strategies in our plans and our templates, he saw a 300% increase in sales in just about 6 months. Yeah. You feel the difference? John still increased his sales, but now you know, whoa, 300 in less than 6 months or in about 6 months by doing the things that are inside. Wow. Specifics make the story relatable and the results far more tangible. Now, I have to say this, and I say this probably to the folks that, let's just say it for the folks that are out there. I don't think you, my Dark Horse entrepreneurs, are going to be guilty of this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Authenticity is key. Only share genuine stories, please. Only share genuine testimonials. You see, like you folks out there listening to me right now, your audience is going to be smart. They're going to be able to sniff out that insincerity a mile away. Genuine stories are going to build genuine trust. And trust is what ultimately converts listeners into customers. What if I don't have any stories? You have someone that has trusted you with advice. You can use that, okay? And then start getting and say, hey, this is a beta test. I want to bring you in to get the stories that I'm going to use to share everyone else. Yeah, there you go. There's another angle about it. Just tell them. Be honest. Be sincere. Be forthright. And let's not forget that social proof isn't just a marketing tactic. It's a testament to the impact that your product, your service, whatever it might be, has had or can have on real lives. It's that bridge again that connects your potential customer to those who have already crossed that finish line, or at least those that are maybe running that race right this very minute. Whew, you with me so far? How you liking this? Pretty cool, right? Okay, now, as we near the end of today's enlightening journey, it's time for a bit of whiskered wisdom. Yeah, this is, my friends, is that nugget of insight that I want to share with you that you can act on immediately, that you can immediately put to use. Here's the top tip I think is going to encapsulate what we've discussed here today. You ready? Always align your webinar's purpose with your audience's aspirations. Yeah, I get it. You want to make sales. What does your audience want? You see, this alignment turns your listeners into engaged participants and ultimately satisfied customers. When your webinar speaks directly to their needs, directly to their dreams, their desires, their goals, whatever it is that they want, you're not just a presenter, you become a problem solver. You become a dream enabler. So, let's quickly recap the essentials from today's episode. We began by understanding the critical importance of knowing your audience, walking in their shoes in order to help you guide their steps. Then we moved on to selecting the right topic, one that acts as that bridge between their goals and your objectives. Crafting a compelling presentation, now that was next. This is where we started weaving the words and adding the visuals into that engaging tapestry of value. And remember, it's about giving them a taste of the wonders that await inside your paid content, over-delivering that value, being going, wow, if this is the free stuff, how much is on the other side? All the while focusing on the benefits over the features. This helps you paint that transformative before and after picture, while a clear call to action becomes that golden key that unlocks this transformation that they want to have and that you can give them. And let's not forget that undeniable power of social proof, real success stories that are going to breathe life into your product's credibility, turning your webinar from a mere presentation into a compelling narrative of possibility and achievement. Now, as we close this episode, keep this whiskered wisdom in mind. Your webinar is more than a tool. It's a platform for connection. It's a platform for education, and ultimately, a platform for your potential client's transformation. Align it with your audience's aspirations, and you'll not only capture their attention, but you'll win their hearts and their minds. Whew! And just like that, my friends, we've come to the end of another impactful episode of the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast. As always, it's an incredible journey to have you along. I definitely appreciate you lending me your ears as we dove deep into the art of crafting webinars that not only engage, but convert. And I want to add a little something extra right here. You may have noticed some of the recent episodes I've been publishing here have been more than just business focused. And here's the reason why. I think entrepreneurship is the best self-help program out there. So, as you listen to future episodes, or if you go back and re-listen to older episodes, realize these little self-help tips are going to help you with your business. If I help you pull away the mask and be yourself, I'm helping you pull away the mask and be sincere with your potential clients, as well as with yourself. If I help you learn how to network better, well, those network opportunities will present themselves as future business opportunities. So I want you to hear those personal development episodes as opportunities to grow your business. Whether you just started it out or whether you're already making bank and you just want to make a little bit more bank. And of course, remember the strategies we've discussed here are more than just tips. My friends, they are stepping stones to elevate your webinars from the ordinary to the extraordinary. Each point, from knowing your audience to the power of social proof, those are a crucial piece in the puzzle of creating a successful webinar. Much like all the different episodes that I'm sharing with you here, whether they purely, this is the business you need to create, and here's some of the steps, to the more self-help personal development, even the woo-woo ones, are all powerful and crucial pieces in the puzzle of creating your parental entrepreneur journey. Now, a little something special I want to share with you, especially for those that are eager to apply the strategies we've shared in this particular episode and that are looking to take their webinars, say, to the next level. Yeah, I'm excited to announce I'm going to have a course or a series of courses coming up very, very soon, dedicated to this topic and a number of the other topics we've already shared on previous episodes. They're going to be packed with insights. They're going to be packed with templates. And they're, of course, going to be packed with actionable strategies to help you create webinars, to help you build your entrepreneurial dreams, to not only capture the attention of your potential clients and customers out there, but of course, to drive sales. If you'd like early access to this course the moment it becomes available, here's what I want you to do. Head on over to darkhorseentrepreneur.com and join the newsletter. Yeah, just drop your email address in there. There'll be a little box there that you can do that. You see, by becoming a part of our community, you will become the first to know long before I make any public announcement. This will be your chance to stay ahead of the curve and master the art of being a powerful parental entrepreneur, or just an entrepreneur in general if you're not a parent. All right? This is for everybody. Once again, my friends, thank you for tuning in today. Remember, every webinar is an opportunity to make a lasting impression and drive real change to your market. So take these strategies, apply them like as soon as you're done listening to this episode, and watch as your webinars transform into powerful tools for success. Until next time, keep pushing the boundaries, and remember, in the world of digital entrepreneurship, you're not just running a race. No, my friends, you are setting the pace. This is your humble host, Tracy Brinkman, signing off. Stay curious, stay driven, and stay that amazing parental dark horse entrepreneur that I know you are. Think successfully and take action.
Hey, my Dark Horse Entrepreneur parents, thanks for tuning in. If this episode struck a chord, share it with a fellow parent hustler. Let's grow our tribe that thrives, not just survives. For more insights and a community that totally gets it, join our Facebook group at www.darkhorseschooling.com/tribe. Think successfully and take action.